So I'm taking a little time out of my day today. I had a really good day. Um, Not without a drawback, but I'll talk about it in the next couple videos. I'm making a few videos today that I think are long overdue, um, about pros and cons of van life, about some interesting kind of things that have happened to me recently, little tense situations, if you will, and I just got to check for couple $1,000, so we'll be talking about that in another video as well. But going to talk about the pros and cons of van life today. And I do have a sponsor for the channel. It's called BlockFi. If you're into crypto, you want to do more with your crypto, it's a site you should probably check out. You can earn interest on using their wallets on deposits, and you can also take loans out, cash loans against deposits. So if you don't want to sell your crypto, it's a good option. Gives you 3-4 times what a bank would pay yearly interest, and you compound it, and it's backed up by, oh, there's a helicopter. And it's backed up by billions of dollars in institutional money. So check it out. It's in the description area along with some other links as well. But talking about pros and cons, after my first year of van life, I'm probably like day 370 today. I've lived in a hatchback before for about 7 or 8 months, a couple years back. I've also held leases in Boulder, Colorado, for several years now, but last summer decided to put all my stuff in the storage locker and sleep in a hammock 5-6 nights a week, and then couch surf other than that till the weather got cold. Got a van about December 9th, got it back December 9th or 12th after some work was done to it. That's the E350 van that I'm about halfway through the build with it. But I can have a really good sleeping bag, and I can take it down to like single digits, no problem, especially if I put a summer bag over the winter bag. And pretty happy with everything. So I think that, I don't really have too many cons of van life. Certainly my feet, my hands get cold in the morning and evening. I don't have my own bathroom. I have to bum bathrooms and showers, and there's some isolation. It really depends, like anything else in life, about how you go into it. If you're not a stable, confident person, and ultimately you get into van life because it's a trend, and you're bored, and you don't have anything better to do, and you might have some time on your hands because you have a business, or you have a really good job that you don't have to work at all the time, but you're bored, and that's why you're going to get into van life with no real ultimate goal. I would say good luck. That a lot of people with that mindset are probably going to fail. I'm going into van life with goals in mind, because not paying rent is the ultimate pro, obviously, of van life. And I don't know what I said at the beginning. I might have said I don't have many pros, but I don't have many cons, if that's not what I said. Not paying rent, it's huge. Obviously, I spend a fair amount of money on gas in a V8 Ford van, but I'm still saving money month in, month out, and especially I'll be able to do that after I'm done with this build. So that's number one, biggest pro, I'd say. And then second is the freedom to be able to pick up, because you're not paying rent, and use some of that money to go places, hopefully, that you've never been before. I think of people talking about sitting in a Walmart parking lot, and that would be a huge con for me. Luckily, I don't have a job per se. I'm semi-self-employed, kind of like a handyman that helps homeowners with projects, and I also do moving gigs as well, which pay the best out of anything on the gig section, and I have a video on my channel about how I make cash money virtually on demand using the gig section. Obviously, you have to work, you have to be motivated, but a lot of the work calls me now anyway. So I have the ability to pick up and go on trips, and I have some videos about that, going to hot springs as well on my channel. So that lifestyle, the gig lifestyle, has afforded me the ability to not be full-time on the road, but certainly full-time in the van, and able to take reasonable road trips with regularity, which I'm going to start doing again after I'm done with the build. So that would be number 2. And then number 3, I'd say pro number 3, not having roommates, not having to deal with neighbors or restrictions in HOA community, maybe something in that category. But I've done this, and I also have an online business that's smaller than I wish it was going to be this year. It kind of went the wrong direction, but I still make money passively from the internet, and that's also why I've joined together with BlockFi to build up another stream of passive income, which I do have a fair amount of experience with. It's just not always the easiest thing to do. But yeah, and I'd say the biggest con for me is not having done my build sooner. I would say it's a good idea to not jump right into a build, especially if you have no experience with it, like I did not, other than, watching YouTube videos, like dozens of them. So I saw lots of examples of what I might want to do, what I might not want to do, people's mistakes, people's successes. So I took time so I would know what I wanted my layout to be. But my biggest regret is not having my heater installed. And weather has kind of got in the way of some of my income. So and then the holidays has slowed down my work. And so I had to, put money into life, not extras for a build. And so I'd say, if you don't live in, Mississippi or Alabama, and you probably need an air conditioner at that point, not a heater, get your heater installed. I'm doing a diesel heater off like 12 volt, and I should have done it a month or 2 ago, and then I'd be a happier camper right now. But cons, I have to bum showers. I have to bum using bathrooms, and that's not always fun. So that's a con. Like I said, if you're someone riding a trend, you're doing this because you're bored and you don't have anything better to do, and you've done other things and they didn't work out for you, and you're kind of like have a quitter mentality, or just someone that doesn't necessarily stick to things, then van life is probably not going to work out for you. I intend to be purchasing land up in the mountains at like Valley land in Colorado, like 3 to 5 acres. It's not very expensive. It's not super desirable land, but it's affordable and I can private finance it. I want to build on that land and then slowly work towards an investment property. And that's part of what not paying rent for me is all about. It's part of what living in a van for me is all about. It's part of a larger plan. So if you don't have like a set goal in mind, if you're not a stable, confident individual, you'll probably eventually find a reason why you don't want to live in a van, because will always be inconveniences, whether they are parking a larger RV vehicle, where to find parking at night for that, or emptying tanks, or keeping your electrical system charged with your solar system, whatever the maintenance of a larger vehicle, or not having a bathroom or a shower, whatever it is, there's always going to be an inconvenience. But for me, versus paying rent, living with roommates, it's a no-brainer. And because I have four, goals in mind with what I want to do in the next 3 to 5 years of my life, then I think it makes the ups and the downs easier to take. So that's what I would say. I'm all in a year later. I'm happy with how things have gone. And that's after getting rear-ended on Thursday morning. So, but I have good news about that, and that's going to be in another video. So check out other videos on my channel. Thanks for watching. I'm living me. Are you living you? See you later.